Good evening to all of you. So, as you all know that fiscal policy most important empowered document, that is Union Budget 2026-27. So majority of you know that we are conducting session somewhat delayed, but maximum most of you have an idea about the Union Budget and its highlights. Because nowadays students are very advanced students 2.0. Students 2.0, you have the clear knowledge about the Union Budget. See, I will discuss the Union Budget as per the prelims exam and also for your mains examination. Before understanding this Union Budget, you must have the idea about the basic of fiscal policy. If you have completed the basic of fiscal policy, then the terminologies, whatever we are using here and then, you can understand. So anyhow, the maximum students which have completed the fiscal policy, and you are having already the idea about the self-reliant idea about the fiscal policy, because fiscal policy depends on the terminology. Clear? So let's begin, because the session is almost, it will take 2 hours. Okay? Your entry is very easy, but you can't exit. As per the view of the then Chief Economic Advisor Arvind Subramanian, firms are entering in the economy, but difficult to exit. Yeah, difficult to exit. Either you can take MSME or you can take large firms. These are entering in the business. But lack of credit facility or lack of exit policy. In 2016, we got an exit policy, IBC. I think most of you having idea. Before 2016, there was no exit policy in Indian economy. That's what in 2007, 17, before 2017, 18, I think 2013, 14 and 14, 15, during that period of time, the then economic advisor Arvind Subramanian has written, the problem is called Chakra Vyuha. It is like a Chakra Vyuham. That time Chakra Vyuham was there, but today it is Kartavya. Okay, the difference is, Chakra Vyuham, the companies are enter and exit is difficult. So let's start. Okay. So if you have pen and paper, okay, kindly assign the work for it. Whenever the question for your prelims and mains exam comes, I will disclose. Wherever the mains examination chances are there, because I remembered in UPSC just 2-3 years back, direct question from the budget presentation. How many of you know this? GS paper 3, direct question for the budget presentation. That time priority was given. Competitive exam, it's very important. Yes or no? Yes. My super senior is there. Right. So anyhow, the time, the question directly given, wherever the chances are there, that I will tell you. You also read the document directly from the fiscal policy, Ministry of Finance document. Try to portray your answer in a better manner. Clear? Let's start. First in the Union Budget, we will start with the first very important component, structure as well as component of the Union Budget. Just I would like to mention a small, the advice to all of you. Budget is not the budget speech only. Newspaper highlight the budget speech. YouTubers highlight the budget speech. But budget is something which is 17 plus document. This year is one new document they have added. This year new document added, that is action plan, task force as well as an action plan of the government on 16th Finance Commission. Because this was not there earlier. This year a new document they have added in the Ministry of Finance. Action of the government for the 16th Finance Commission, which we are going to enter by next, after 1 month, 16th Finance Commission. That document also added, right? So friend, here, structure or component of the budget. in so many examinations, even in the UPSC or even in the state level examination, a very clear syllabus is there, component and structure of the union budget. See, the question will ask, analyze what are the components in the union budget with reference to union budget FY27. Clear? Right. Component, you all of you know, total size of the budget is how much? Total size of the budget 53.47 lakh crore. 53.47 lakh crore. This is your total, you know, the size of the budget. Total size of the budget. Meaning what? That much expenditure government is planning. Okay. Out of this expenditure, because if you compare it to last year, revised estimate 2025-26, enhancement of 7.7%. Enhancement of 7.7%. What it indicates? GDP growth rate of India is also increasing at 7%. Expenditure is also government making as 7%. Whatever the expenditure government made in the budget, as per the Keynes theory, it is called what you know here, crowd out. I think so many students know this, right? Crowded out, crowded out. What is the meaning of crowded out? Government expenditure. Suppose if you see the output of Indian economy, we have the C plus, I plus, G plus net export. Yes or no? So this is what crowding effect. These two are crowding effect. This is what crowd effect. Government has made around 53 lakh crores crowd effect. That is called in the King's language. It is known as what? Animal spirit. Yes or no? Animal spirit is not these two movies. Animal movie spirit will be no. It is animal spirit. What is that animal spirit? Yeah, creating confidence, creating creating confidence in the businesses, creating elbow room in the businesses, attracting private investments. Clear? If you see the frontier nations, they are uncertain in the globe, but India is resilient. Yes or no? That's what Honorable Finance Minister tried to explain this. Other countries are suffering in the globe, but India is most resilient. At 7% per annum, India is moving ahead. If any economy is moving at 7%, such economy is known as miracle economy. India is a miracle economy. Clear? India is a miracle. That's why 7.7%. Anyhow, this 53.47 lakh crores has divided into two components. One is total receipts, other one is what? Total expenditure. Clear, sir? Budget is receipts or expenditure? Budget is receipts or expenditure? Expenditure. This much expenditure government for creating Government of India target. What is the Government of India target? VB by 2047. Clear? In 2047, India will be developed. That is the dream of our Honorable Finance Minister as well as Prime Minister. Accordingly, 350 reforms are already completed. 350 reforms, structural reforms, India has completed. Best example is labor reform, IT Act, GST, next generation reforms. Are you aware of all these things? Such a way, 350 reforms Government of India has lined up. Clear? Right. See, total receipts, total expenditure. Receipt is 35. Receipt has divided into two major components. What are the two major components? Revenue receipts, capital receipts. Revenue receipt is nothing but what? The own receipts, government owned receipts, government owned income in the form of tax revenue as well as what you know here, non-tax revenue. Okay, it is a tax revenue as well as what you know here, non-tax revenue. Clear? Try to understand this. Suppose the tax revenue is nothing but 28 revenue receipt में 35.33 lakh crores का the investment government revenue receipts government is expected, and in this revenue receipt we have two receipts, tax revenue as well as what non-tax revenue. Which revenue is higher? Tax revenue is higher. I am talking about this is the net tax revenue, not to the gross tax revenue. Any idea about gross tax revenue? Gross tax revenue ka meaning is what? Simple. Gross tax revenue is what? Total collection of the government of India. Total collection of government of India. From gross tax revenue minus net transfer to the states. Net transfer to the state. As per the recommendation of Finance Commission. Though it is 14th Finance, 15th Finance as well as 16th Finance. Suppose whenever gross tax revenue minus net transfers, you are going to get what you know here, net tax revenue. So this is net tax revenue. 28 point. This is what 35.33 lakh crores meant 28.67 lakh crores. Okay. Then non-tax revenue is very high, very low, 6.66 lakh crores non-tax revenue. Tax revenue is higher than non-tax revenue. That is our budget component. Clear? When you come to this, we have the revenue receipt as well as second component. What we have? Capital receipts. What is capital receipts? Capital receipts meaning is what? The receipts which contains two parts. One is debt capital receipts as well as what you know here? Non-debt capital receipts. Clear? Capital receipts contains of two parts. One is debt capital, other one is non-debt capital. Debt capital is nothing but what? How much government is borrowing? Debt capital. Non-debt capital receipts में two components are there. What are the two components, friends? One is loan recoveries are there. Next one is what? Disinvestment. Disinvestment as well as monetization. Very good. Disinvestment as well as monetization. How much value disinvestment come monetization? 80,000 crores disinvestment target is there. Near about 200% increased. Then this component includes inclusion of two. One is disinvestment, other one is monetization. Have you heard about national monetization pipeline? National monetization pipeline. Okay, I think we didn't complete it for the fresher batches, but some of the senior students also there. National monetization pipeline. What is the background of it? Government of India has launched it 2021, say 24 years. That is 25. Government of India procured 6 lakh crores. Now again, Government of India announced 2026 to 2030. How much target they have given? 10 lakh crores government assets are going to be leased out. Brownfield assets. Government brownfield assets are going to lease out. Whatever revenue comes, government again reuse for the greenfield assets. What is the meaning of brownfield and greenfield? Yeah, already existing one is brownfield. New one is greenfield. So government is disclosing of it. So here is 80,000 crore disinvestment. What are the assets government of India is going to say? Two things government of India is selling. What are the two things are popular? One is LIC. 3% LIC is going because long back LIC 2022-23 LIC sold 5% share. Now LIC is coming for 3% share. First time IPO. Second time, when a company first time selling to the share market, that is IPO. When the company coming from the second time, that is called what? FPO. Now 3% FPO LIC. 3% FPO LIC. Clear planning. IDBI, they would like to sell in market. So whatever you do in fact, that amount is 1.18 lakh crores. DCR is then 16.95. My point is, what is DCR? What is DCR? Can you answer this? What is DCR? Yeah, borrowings of the government. See, always remember UPSC given a question in earlier. DCR in the budget is nothing but there is a deficit called fiscal deficit. Fiscal deficit and borrowings, no difference. No difference. Last year PYQ is there in UPSC. UPSC में PYQ was there. Borrowing, whatever we borrow, that is equal to fiscal deficit. Come on, friend. Now my point is what? Borrowings in this budget around 6.95 lakh crores. If you subtract it, total receipts other than borrowing, how much? Total receipts other than borrowing is, the point is only 36.57 lakh crores government of India own revenue. minus 53.47 lakh crore Government of India का budget. Okay. We have paid expenditure 53.47 lakh crore. Revenue Government of India is 36.57 lakh crore. Difference is how much? Difference is how much? Around roughly 17. That is same thing. 16.95 lakh crores. What is this 16.95 lakh crores? Fiscal deficit is there. Shortage is not 16.95 lakh crores. This is what revenue side. Revenue side. Is it clear? Components. Clear. These are the two components here we have. Remember, I have shown here total receipts, total expenditure. I deleted because total receipt is also 53.47. Total expenditure is also 53.47. Many students ask, sir, is it balance or so? No, it is not balanced because invisible, hidden. 50. This is this debt capital receipt included. We have to calculate it. Fine. Come to the point of expenditure. Second component is expenditure. We have two expenditure, friend. Come and tell me, what are the two kinds of expenditure? Yeah, there are two kinds of expenditure. May I know what are the two kinds of expenditure? One is revenue expenditure. Other one is capital expenditure. Revenue expenditure is nothing but the expenditure made by the government on social welfare programs, schemes also, freebies, pensions, scholarships, incentives, friend. These are all comes under revenue expenditure. Revenue expenditure 41.25 lakh crore. What about the capex? Capex is how much? 12.21 lakh crores capex. Capex may we have a separate story. I will tell you. When Narendra Modi came into the power, it was just 2 lakh crore. But today, almost 2026, it is how much? 26-27 budget, 12 lakh crores, almost 10 lakh crores capex increase. Capex, creating of assets, bullet trains, infrastructure push, big push for infrastructure, balanced development, balanced growth theory. Balanced growth theory, as per the Ragnar stated, balanced growth theory, making investment in all the areas equally, making investment in all the sectors equally. Then automatically what will happen? Balanced regional development will occur. But the growth is imbalance. That's the reason capex is increasing. Clear? Honorable Finance Minister said, don't see in our budget only capex. Capex is 3.1% of GDP, remember. Don't see only capex. If you want to see the expenditure of government, see with effective capex. Effective capex. What is the meaning of this effective capex? What is the formula for effective capex? Yeah. See, here I would like to write. The point is effective capital expenditure is nothing but the formula is capex plus GOCA. We use the term GOCA. What is the meaning of this GOCA? Grant in aid for creating of capital assets. Capital assets, see, around 4.92 lakh crore ka capital asset grants. Center is giving grants to this state. Center is giving grant to the state for creating of tourism plazas, tourism infrastructure, and as well as capital city of Amaravati. Center has given a grant. Center has taken money from the World Bank and given to the Andhra Pradesh for creating capital assets. Repayment made by center because externally aided projects, all externally aided projects, center will involve here. Right. This is the aspect effective capital expenditure. Effective capital expenditure is how much here? 17.14 lakh crore. 17.14 lakh crores ka 14 lakh crores ka capex, effective capex is there. Effective capex is there. See, what you understood from here, see, revenue expenditure is greater than capital expenditure. Here is revenue expenditure greater than what you know here, effective capex. The question will be raised here, why revenue expenditure is higher? What are the reasons for high revenue expenditure in India? There is a chance of asking the questions. Because after analyzing all the budget aspect, you will understand why revenue expenditure is high Because revenue expenditure is higher because of 2-3 prime reasons are there. One is finance commission devolutions are there. Second most important thing is what? Pensions are there, subsidies are there, and also government of India interest payment is there. Interest payment. Government is paying interest to other countries of the world. So friends, the interest payment comes under revenue expenditure. For your kind information, interest payments comes under revenue expenditure. Government is paying interest payments. Government is conducting so many seminars because Big Cat meeting government is conducting this year. These kind of meetings, this kind of the arrangements will become under what here revenue expenditure. Government of India's revenue expenditure is higher. Clear? What will happen when revenue expenditure is higher? Financially pressure build up on the government, right? Financial build up of revenue, increased on the government, and ultimately government suffers very adversely, right? See, this is one where we have to follow this. And UPSC with the first question, if you want to attempt the first question, yeah. Why in the budget revenue expenditure is higher than why the revenue expenditure is higher in the union budget 2026-27? What are the consequences of revenue expenditure? When it is increased revenue expenditure, how it is affect on the Indian economy? What are the repercussions of increasing revenue expenditure? There is one chance. UPSC में earlier PYQ is there. Controlling expenditure is one of the big challenge to the fiscal policy. Explain. This was the earlier, the PYQ in GS paper 3. Okay. If you want to write the mains answer, kindly note mains question note. First mains question. Yeah. First mains question. Discuss the consequences. Discuss the reasons and consequences. Discuss the reasons and consequences. Discuss the reasons and consequences of increased revenue expenditure. Reasons and consequences of increased revenue expenditure on Indian economy. Write with reference to FY27 budget. Write with the reference to FY27 budget. Just listen to this point. All of you having this fiscal policy, government budgeting in GS paper 3 mein the syllabus is there. Even state level exams mein, for every exam for descriptive you have the government budgeting. For every syllabus, for every segment you can take, you are having this government budgeting. Okay, that you will understand after completion of this session. The first question, the answer you will write. So anyhow, we have answer writing session also in one class. I will explain you how to write this. But anyhow, try to understand here. This is what the trends of capital receipts. You see, the trends of the capital receipts in budget may they have shown. Budget is a combination. Columns are 4 columns. You all of you know. What are the 4 columns in the budget? Actuals of last year, budget BE and RE of current year, and BE for next financial year. So friends, here 16.2 lakh crore. Okay, not required all these things. Just you observe. Here 16.2 lakh crores. 25-26 में 16.4 lakh crores. 25-26 में 16.2 lakh crores. How much 26-27? How much 26-27? 8 point, almost 18.1 lakh crores. The trajectory showing has increased. Capital receipt is increasing. 2 components are increasing. One is DCR is increasing as well as NDCR is increasing. Okay. That capital receipt as well as what is non-debt capital receipts. So friends, just you can check this. Next, another tendencies you need to observe is this is what revenue receipt is. Revenue receipts of Government of India is also increasing trend. See, 2024-25 30 lakh crores, 25-26 में 34.2, 25-26 में 33.4. Today it has 35.3. The nutshell is only 2 points. One is capital receipts have been increasing, revenue receipts also increasing. Sometimes the questions they will ask on the trends basis. Trends basis. The question is in recent time capital receipts of India has not increasing alarmingly. The statements they will ask has not increasing steadily. The question will ask in the statement base. This table will be helpful for statement base. UPSC or any state exam will not ask to draw this table. You also don't draw OMR sheets kindly. Clear? There is a chance of asking this question. Tendencies you observe, trends you observe. See, recent past, post-COVID में increment in capital receipt, post-COVID में increment in revenue receipt. Good sign or not? Yes, very good sign. That's what the best budget she prepared. Yeah. Expenditure, sir. Expenditure may come an answer. Suppose expenditure, if you observe, there are two kinds of expenditures are there, What about effective capex? What about effective capex? Is it increasing trends or decreasing trends? All of you, increasing trends or decreasing trends? Increasing. See, increasing trends. Almost 13. See, you have to observe like this. FY25 में 13.2 lakh crores. See, it has gone to 15.5. BE में just bit of lesser, but today 17.1 lakh crore projected. Clear. Now, this is what you are having effective capex. What about the revenue expenditure, sir? See, revenue expenditure is increasing or decreasing? Come on, answer. Increasing. The trend is also shown that there is an increase. Maybe the question asked recent time. The objective question will ask as per the union budget FY27. Revenue expenditure, government expenditure strategy shifted from revenue expenditure to capital expenditure. Government strategy of expenditure shifted from revenue expenditure to capital expenditure. Is it right statement or wrong statement? Right statement. Because Government of India slowly making to increment of the capital expenditure. Clear? 14 to 17. Options have increases. Clear? This is one table, friend. You need to understand this. Clear? Now, yeah. Expenditure in lakh crores, okay? It is not the important one, but this one is a significant one, friend. See, expenditure, composition of expenditure. Composition of expenditure is a percentage of total expenditure. Percentage of total expenditure. See, percentage of total expenditure, I have taken capital expenditure, revenue expenditure. What is the percentage of capital expenditure and revenue expenditure? Suppose there is a 53.47 lakh crores in the union budget. What is the composition of revenue expenditure and capital expenditure? Which expenditure is higher in India? Is it revenue or capital? See, these are all revenue. Just you observe. These are all revenue. 78, 2019, 80 was there. See, how there is a decelerating. 67.9% revenue expenditure. Capital expenditure 22.8%. Roughly 68% revenue expenditure, 22% capital expenditure. Okay. Other one is what? Other one is Goka. Other one is Goka. Clear? The point you remember, Goka in India increasing. See, Goka in India increasing. Revenue expenditure in India increasing. Capital expenditure in India increasing. I'm clearly showing you. If any question comes in the PYQs with statement base, you don't ignore it. Recent part mein GDP of India is increasing very higher rate. The PYQ is there in the UPSC prelims exam. Just try to understand revenue expenditure. See, revenue expenditure of India, sharing, sir. Revenue expenditure of India, though it is increased amount wise, but option wise, Government of India 71 they have brought down to 67. Revenue expenditure in India decelerating, capital expenditure in India bit of increasing. Goka is also in India increase. If Goka increase, what will happen? If Goka increases, what will happen? Capex of India is also increasing. Effective capex in India is also increasing. Clear? These are the two consequences. Again, I am reaffirming this. In Indian budget, if you see the trends post-COVID, COVID time 80% revenue expenditure. Today it is only 67. COVID time 12.5 capex. Today it is 22%. Question will ask, post-COVID revenue expenditure has been increased. Sorry, decelerating. Capital expenditure post-COVID accelerating. GOKA is also accelerating. But revenue expenditure has coming down. Clear or not? Is it good sign or not? How to judge the budget? Budget we shall not be judged as a opposition leader. The Priyanka Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi will take care of it. Our basic concern is what? Whether the revenue expenditure is pruning or not. Budget is shifting towards capital expenditure or not. Yes or no? Second most important thing is what? Revenue expenditure is, revenue receipts are properly mobilizing or not. Capital expenditure, capital receipt, public debt has reducing or not. So these are our indicators. Clear? Right. The budget, this is the thing. Consider the following with respect to budget. Revenue expenditure accelerating or decelerating? Yeah. Capital expenditure? Capital expenditure. Right. Now it is a very famous table. Your favorite table, I think it is. Clear or not? Your favorite table, sir, it is. Tell me now. Yeah. What is this, sir? Favorite table? Rupee goes. Rupee goes as well as what is out here? Rupee comes. First we will see that Rupee goes, I think Rupee has gone. Rupee has gone. See, Rupee goes expenditure point of view, if you see, highest expenditure Government of India making it on what? See, highest expenditure Government of India is making it on what? What is the highest expenditure of the Government of India as far as the Rupee goes? Yes, show me. Rupee comes is okay. Rupee goes highest expenditure is see, state share of taxes. Okay, state share of taxes. This is 22%. State share of taxes. 16th Finance Commission has given recommendation. In next, we have the session on the economic survey. I will explain you briefly about the recommendations of 16th FC also as per the economic survey. But the point you remember, sir, state share of taxes 22%. 22%. It is the highest expenditure. Government highest expenditure. Second expenditure of the government is what? Yeah, interest payments, sir. How much interest payment is there? Come on, answer. How much interest payment of Government of India? Yeah, Government of India ka interest payment you see around 20% is there. Interest payment is 20%. Rupee goes. Third, centrally sponsored scheme. Centrally sponsored scheme. See, central sector scheme. This is what central sector scheme. Top 3 expenditure item. Top 3 expenditure item. Government of India 53.47 lakh crores ka expenditure plan like this. Very first expenditure is state sharing central taxes. That is 41%. The income they are going to give to the state. That is the first expenditure priority. Second expenditure priority is what? Interest payment is there. How much interest payment? 20%. 20% interest payment is there. Third very important, central sector scheme. Central sector scheme 17% is there. Clear? Fourth defense is there, sir. Fourth defense. How much defense? Yeah, 11% expenditure they are making it on defense. 7% expenditure. See, my understanding like this. Government of India is getting 1 rupee and government making expenditure after 1 rupee, Government of India making expenditure, 22 paisa they are giving to state. 22 paisa they are giving to state. 20 paisa they are paying rate of interest. And also 17 paisa centrally sponsored scheme. How much? 59. 59 paisa for these 3 purposes only. 59 paisa. Almost 50% government making 2 things. One is central shares to the states they are giving. Second important thing is interest payment there. Interest payments. This is what Rupee goes. And remaining thing defense may level. Centrally sponsored scheme 8. Finance commission grants are how much? Finance commission. See, centrally sponsored scheme is 8. Finance commission transfers are 7. Remaining is minor. Major subsidies are around 6%. Major subsidies are there. Major subsidies, Government of India has been given 3 kinds of subsidies. May you know what are those? Subsidies are very famous. Yeah, one subsidy is food subsidy, ma'am. Second one, fuel subsidy. Third one, fertilizer subsidy. Okay, these are the 3 kinds of subsidy Government of India is making. 3 kinds of subsidies. Subsidy means 3 subsidies Government of India will do. Right. This is what government is making lot of expenditure on. Yeah, Government of India is making more expenditure on. Highest expenditure Government of India. Finance Commission obligations. Article 280. Article 280. Clear on that? Finance Commission obligation. Second, very important, interest payments. Interest payment ka how much percentage is that? 20%. If you see the revenue of India, rupee comes in India, highest Government of India earning from the borrowings. Borrowings as well as what is known as other liabilities. Borrowings and other liabilities. How much percentage borrowing and other liabilities? 24% borrowing and other liabilities are there. Second one, what is that? Highest income Government of India is getting from income tax. Government of India is income tax. Income tax which is around 21% income tax is there. Third tax is what? Corporation tax. Corporation tax may how much? 18%. Sequence is important. Sometimes they will ask you to, greater or descending order or ascending order. They will ask the questions in the PYQs. Right. The point is, and even GST. GST is how much percentage? GST got 15% GST. GST is 15%. 15 GST. Clear. Then non-tax revenues only 10%. Non-tax revenues 10. Somewhere it has gone very low. That is 10%. The point to understand, union excise duty ka 6 and later subsequently customs 4 and non-debt capital receipt is only 2%. How to understand this? Government of India is more income there through borrowing only. Through borrowing. Through borrowing. Borrowings. Okay. Yes, borrowings. The point try to understand. Borrowings. Borrowings are 24%. Loans, taking loans from the different market, that is internal loans as well as external loans, Government of India is borrowing around 24%. Taxes may highest tax which gives income to the government is income tax. Income tax. Not corporation tax. At my time when I was reading, that time corporation tax was there. Because India was the highest corporation tax earlier. But today, India is the lowest corporation tax in the world. 22% for the new old companies and 15% for the new companies. Yes or no? Government is having less corporation tax rate now compared to other countries of the world. That exchequer we have lost. Okay. See, this is what borrowings and other liabilities top friend. Try to understand. Just take it as a cursory look on this. See, interest payment is around expenditure by 20. This is what trends in receipt. Trends in receipt, that is entirely your GDP, percentage of GDP. Okay. Trends in tax receipt as percentage of GDP. Yes. Actually, the Niti Aayog in 2015 divided the schemes into different. Funding is different. Yeah, funding point of view, programs have been divided. Suppose some programs are having 60:40, some programs are having 70:30. Because everything we have now normative funding only. Demand-based funding we are not having. Funding-based they have divided. Right. Yes, madam? Yeah, government bonds. Yeah. Borrowing and other liability. That is deficit financing, borrowing another level. So here trends in tax receipt, trends in tax receipt you are having both indirect taxes as well as what is known here gross tax revenue. Indirect taxes and direct taxes, gross tax revenue. Direct taxes percentage is more or indirect taxes percentage is more. See, the direct tax or indirect tax you see. So if you see this trends in tax receipt percentage of GDP. Percentage of GDP may you see. Here we have direct tax. Direct tax is 6.9 percentage, right? Indirect tax you have around 4.3 percentage. 3 percentage. Meaning what? Direct tax contribution is more. There is a one concept related to this is known as what? There is a one concept related to this known as tax buoyancy. Tax buoyancy. Have you heard this tax buoyancy? Tax buoyancy is nothing but what is the formula? Tax buoyancy is equals to if GDP of the country increases 1C, tax growth rate with respect to the GDP growth rate. Okay. Tax growth rate with respect to GDP growth rate. Suppose good GDP is growing 7%. Tax is growing at 6.9%. Buoyancy is less. Buoyancy is less. Try to understand. If tax is growing at 7%, okay, tax growing at 7%, GDP is 6%, tax buoyancy is 1%. Clear? So GDP is growing greater than tax growth rate, then buoyancy is less. Buoyancy is less. Even in 4.3 indirect taxes, 4.3% is there. But if you see together, this 11.2% is there. Now you will get this point. GDP of India is 7%. Suppose 7.2% GDP. Tax growth rate is 11.2%. How much buoyancy is there? Overall, how much buoyancy? Compared to the GDP growth rate, how much additional growth rate in the taxes? That is comes under what? Tax buoyancy. Here you see 7%, but 11.2. 11.2 means how much difference is there? 4%. The buoyancy is very high, sir. Buoyancy is very high. In India, tax buoyancy is very high. Is it good having high tax buoyancy? No. Because more taxes when the government collects, our disposable income will be reduced. Our disposable income will be reduced. Purchasing power will get hampered. That is the reason, friend. Remember, our tax buoyancy shall not be too much higher. Our tax buoyancy should be more than 1% is advisable. But it clearly shows that Government of India usually depends on only revenue, only tax revenue. Government is not depending on non-tax revenue. That is the point. Okay, that is a flaw. A prelims point of view, this point is very, very significant. That is tax buoyancy. Right. Capital expenditure trends. If you want to see the capital expenditure trends in India, is it increasing or not increasing? Tax expenditure. Yeah. In percentage of GDP, sir. In percentage of GDP. Come on, answer. How much percentage of GDP tax expenditure? See, this is what you know, capital expenditure and effective capital expenditure. See, beginning of my session I said, capital expenditure, if you see 3.1% in GDP, capital expenditure. Granting rate for capex, GOCA is 1.3, limit, effective capex is 4.4. In entire GDP, capex percentage is 3.1%. 3.1%. So government of India making expenditure 12.2 lakh crores. If you take total GDP of India, government is making expenditure 12.2 lakh crores. That percentage is 3.1. It's supposed to be increased or decreased? Increased. Decrease means what will happen? Government again compromising to make expenditure. So government has to be increased. 3.1. Just take lightly. Don't be serious on this. That was serious Rupee. Now, friend, yeah, Rupee already we have discussed this. Now, this is also I discussed. Now, this is very important, sir. This is very significant. Budget may you have to see the deficiencies. Budget में very important one is deficit. How many deficits in the budget? How many deficits are there? 4. One is revenue deficit, fiscal deficit. No, sequence you missed. Yeah. First deficit is revenue deficit. Second deficit is effective revenue deficit. Third deficit is fiscal deficit. Fourth one is primary. This is a sequence of UPSC. Yes or no? Revenue deficit, difference between the revenue receipts and revenue expenditure. Effective revenue deficit is revenue deficit minus GOCA. Revenue deficit minus GOCA. What is fiscal deficit? Fiscal deficit is nothing but borrowings or total receipts minus total expenditure. Excluding borrowings or including borrowings? Exclusion of borrowings or inclusion of borrowings? Exclusion of borrowings. Yes or no? Primary deficit is nothing but primary deficit. Fiscal deficit minus interest payments. Gone, sorry, forgot everything. Fiscal deficit minus interest payments. Fiscal deficit minus interest payment is nothing but primary deficit. Fiscal total receipts minus total expenditure. Exclusion of borrowing. Effective revenue deficit minus GOCA. Revenue deficit, revenue receipts minus revenue expenditure. 4. See, sir, just they follow this carefully and how and what is the tendency of it. See, there is a one leap is there. You need to understand this. There is a leap. See, how revenue deficit, fiscal deficit, and as well as particularly primary deficit is suffering during the COVID-19. During the COVID-19. See, 9.2. You want to understand 9.2. See, fiscal deficit before the COVID-19 in this trajectory. 2000, around 1920. Then COVID year, if you see 2020-21, COVID year, revenue deficit has gone somewhere 9%. See, fiscal deficit has gone somewhere around 9.2%. What it indicates? Fiscal deficit 9.2, what it indicates? Suppose 100 rupees government of India getting revenue, 9.2 rupees government of India borrow. 9 rupees 20 paisa government of India borrow. Because of COVID. Slowly what happens? 9.2 to next year subsequent year 6.5, 6.7, 6.5, 5.5, 4.8, 4.4. Today 4.3. What it indicates? Fiscal consolidation. Very good. This comes under what is known here? Fiscal consolidation. Fiscal consolidation. You have to take a budget in a next very important thing, fiscal consolidation. I will analyze it for you. Fiscal consolidation. Okay. See, this is happening, sir. Is it good? How much fiscal deficit right now in this financial year? 4.3. Okay. Second one, sir. Revenue deficit you see 7.3. COVID-19. COVID-19 it was somewhere of a movement. It was Mount Everest. Mount Everest 7.3. Somewhere it has gone like anything. Slowly it has come down to 4.4, 4, 2.5, 1.7, 1.5. Today it is 1.5. Today it is 1.5. Third one, sir, effective revenue deficit. Effective revenue deficit का formula, is it clear on how effective revenue deficit? Revenue deficit minus GOCA. Last year 2 questions. 2 direct questions in your preliminary examination. Clear? See, 6.1 during a COVID-19. Now it has gone to the 3.3, 2.8, and finally it has registered how much? Yes, 0.3%. 0.3%. Not 7%. 0.3. 0.3%. Now, green color mein, which we have, that is primary deficit. Fiscal deficit minus interest payments. Clear? 5.7 during a COVID-19. Now it has come down 3.3, 3, 2%, 1.4, 0.8, 0.7. Question will ask like this. Arrange in descending order. all the deficits of India as per the Union Budget 26-27. Descending order में how to arrange this? Descending order में how to arrange? First one is it fiscal deficit or primary deficit? Greater than revenue deficit? Greater than primary deficit? Greater than effective revenue deficit? Because it is how much? 4.3. This is 1.5. Primary deficit 0.7. Effective revenue deficit 0.3%. 0.3%. Clear? If we read the Xerox material, what happened? Effective revenue deficit become primary deficit. Primary deficit become effective deficit. But exam में deficit of 1 mark. Kindly don't do like that. Get clarity, sir. Get clarity for this. Okay. Now our basic debate. What you understood? Is it fiscal discipline or not fiscal discipline? Government of India use one word. I will write here. Maximum you will answer. Yeah. Recently I explained in the PCM batch also. Fiscal prudence. Fiscal prudence. What is the meaning of fiscal prudence? Yeah, making expenditure out of your revenue. Government of India making expenditure out of its revenue. Fiscal prudence. Government of India clearly showed fiscal prudence. 4.3 out of 4.4. Because rule of FRBM, India is very soon reaching there. Clear? As per FRBM, how much fiscal deficit is required? 3%. If your performance is good, 3.5. 3.5. Yes or no? FRBM. As per FRBM. Okay, fine. This is the deficit always important for your examination, friend. Now see, whenever deficit is there, another very important thing I connected here. The point you understand, Government of India, Government of India's public debt. How much public debt of Government of India? How much public debt of Government of India? I have written here. See, Government of India total bail-in and bail-out together, public debt is in FY25 as per economic survey 181.74 lakh crore. 181.74 lakh crores is your public debt. Public debt. Total borrowings as per economic survey. FY26 में 197.18 lakh crores. FY27 it goes around 214.82 lakh crores. What is this? What is this? Public debt. You are talking about to go for Vikasit Bharat, but one hand said public debt is increasing. Public debt is increasing. Clear? Public debt in India is which is around 214.82 lakh crores का public debt is there. That much loans Government of India has borrowed. If you see in total your GDP, this is your total GDP, sir. Debt percentage if you want to check. Debt percentage if you want to check. See, in India, 2025-26, 56.1% was there. But today it is 55.6%. Fiscal deficit was earlier just now. In the before slide I explained you, fiscal deficit was 4.4. Now it has brought down to 4.3. There is a decline. Public debt also 56.1% was there. Today now it has brought down to 55.6. Right. And government has set a target. You all of you know. Government has set a target. Gliding path to achieve the public debt roadmap by 2030-31. 30-31. Gliding path towards achieving public debt by 2030-31. How much? 50 plus or minus 1%. Like similar of monetary policy. Similar of monetary policy, inflation. Yes or no, ma'am? Similar of monetary policy, inflation. 4 plus or minus 2%. Similarly, public debt roadmap Nirmala Sitharaman has given. Is it not a step for fiscal consolidation? Come on, speak out. Yes, sir. Future India you are. You have to answer by, because in PASHA 2047, you will become a cabinet secretary of India. You have to answer it. Indian roadmap is visionary. Clearly, Nirmala Sitharaman is visionary because achieved. That's what Madam is very confident. Even opposition party members asked, Rahul Gandhi asked, your budget is defective. Ma'am said, dikhao. Where is deficit is there? Dikhao. Because everything is, because Anuradha Madam as well as other team of the Ministry of Finance has prepared the budget in a very, very dedicated manner. So, fiscal deficit is the ultimate task. This is what here we have. This table, all of you, I would like to convey the point here is that just don't forget to see trends in debt percentage of GDP. Okay. Yeah. And even sir, during Corona time, you said, during Corona time, how much public debt was there? 61.4%. Now it has brought down to 55. As per your FRBM, 60.7, 57, FRBM target 54.7, but we are just 1%, 1.5% above that benchmark. Because required, because our highest expenditure is state share in central taxes, interest payments, as well as third one, central sector scheme, as per funding map. Earlier, central scheme was there. Example, center scheme was there. You ask me. Maganrega was central scheme. Recently, it has brought down to central sector scheme. 100% of funding now it has become 60% with the name of VBG Ramji. VBG Ramji means nothing is there. 40% cut. Name has attached Ramji. Next, whatever the programs are there, they will attach any other name, Sita ji or Radha ji, and they will be cut it. And obviously, fiscal consolidation will be happen. Yes. Central sector scheme. Earlier it was centrally sponsored scheme. Clear? Right, sir. Central scheme. Okay, fine. Central scheme earlier, fine. Ma'am, wherever the fiscal deficit is there, what we have to do? What is required? Financing for the fiscal deficit. Financing for the fiscal deficit is known as deficit financing. See, source of financing fiscal deficit. In regular classes, I will explain all these things. You will not trust it. Now I am showing you. Many will feel that I am explaining with them, own philosophy. No, it is not my own fiscal policy. My own fiscal policy is different. Try to understand, sir. The first one is the market borrowing through GSEC. Highest one is 11.73 lakh crore. Second, short-term borrowing, treasury bill. Treasury bill is 13,000, 1,30,000 crore. Securities against small saving, 3,86,000 something. State Provident Fund 3,500. Other receipts are there, adjustments, everything they have adjusted. And finally they are showing what particular this one. Clear? Grand total of fiscal deficit 16.95 lakh crores. This is called deficit financing. Deficit financing. Clear or not? See, now my discussion is what? Question note down. Straightly question note down. Second question. Analyze fiscal consolidation roadmap. Fiscal consolidation roadmap of the Government of India. Fiscal consolidation roadmap of the Government of India in the Union Budget 2026-27. Fiscal consolidation means what? Reducing fiscal deficit, increasing the revenue. Is it increasing the debt capital receipts or non-debt capital receipts? Non-debt capital receipts. Debt capital receipt has to be decreased. Debt capital receipt has to be decreased. What about revenue receipt? Revenue receipt has to be Increase. Already buoyancy is increasing. Buoyancy is going somewhere around like anything, 4%. GST may you have lost the revenue source because of what? Rationalization of tax rates. 4 rated GST has been 5 rated GST, 4 rated GST has become 2 rated GST. We have lost our revenue. Indirect tax we have lost our revenue. Only one source is there. What is that? Direct tax. Direct tax is nothing but attacking on the people. Income tax. Blasting the people with income tax. Nothing is there. No other source here we have. Okay. So the point you understand that are you observing here central revenue is declining, state revenue is increasing because of in the budget 22% of expenditure for the states. How to achieve fiscal consolidation? What are the provisions are there? See, central government target reaching debt to GDP ratio 50 plus or minus 1% by 2030. Daily I am explaining this in the classes. Even everywhere I am saying. Clear. Second, debt to GDP ratio estimated 55.6% in B compared to 56.1. Second provision. Third bullet, RE 25-26 fiscal deficit has been estimated 4.4. Now in the lines of it, they have given target 4.3. So 3 exact statements. Statement 1, statement 2, statement 3. If you write these 3 points and elaborately, you mention. Beyond this, some other things are there. How fiscal consolidation happening. One is VBG Ramji ka funding model. They have changes to normative base of funding rather than demand base of funding. Normative base of funding meaning what? 60:40, not 100%. 40% saving to the center now. That is one thing. Second most important thing, how Government of India is compromising. Government of India in the 16th Finance Commission has clearly mentioned the terms of references. Whatever you have the 5 granting aid which you are giving to state, out of which 3 you eliminate it. Revenue deficit grants have gone. Revenue deficit grants have gone. Delinked. Andhra regularly received the revenue deficit grant since 2014 because Andhra Pradesh is a revenue deficit state. But now 16th Finance Commission, the revenue deficit grant is 0. Sector specific grant has gone. State specific grant has gone. Only 2 grants. Local body grants, disaster management. 16th Finance Commission role has become very simple, sir. 14th Finance Commission have done expeditiously arranging all these areas, but now 16th Finance Commission has reduced it. You can add points while you are going to write your answer. Government of India achieving fiscal consolidation because Magan Rega means what? Mahatma Gandhi. Okay. Magan Rega funding has become what you know here? Normative funding. Second thing, ma'am. Second thing is what? 16th FC maintain same percentage, 41%. Not even they have increased 1%. Not even they have increased 1%. 41%. Second thing is what? Yeah. Second thing is grants. Only 2 grants. Only 2 grants. And you can write how to achieve the fiscal consolidation. Increasing the tax is called STT. Increasing the tax is called STT. What is STT? Security transaction tax. They have increased who are investing in the share market. Obviously, the revenue generates. And also introduce new tax. I will explain now. Buyback tax introduced. This buyback tax means what happened? Government is getting the revenue. Tax revenue government is increasing and expenditure government is rationalizing. Ultimately what's happening? Fiscal consolidation is achieving. Second important main question for you. One, I explain you why revenue expenditure is high. Second, I am explaining you that, I am saying you that you can present this particular fiscal consolidation roadmap. Yeah. Fiscal consolidation is what? Compromise. Yeah, again it is a tax. Yes. Government only asking to control the inflation. Government only asking to create inflation. This is a process, that's it. Right. Simple, ma'am. Like BP tablet. High BP में one tablet, low BP में one tablet. Simple. Clear. Now, fiscal consolidation. Yes. Now, targets for fiscal consolidation. FRBM targets are it is. FRBM targets. See, what are the FRBM targets? See, fiscal deficit target 4.3, revenue deficit 1.5, primary deficit 0.7, tax revenue gross 11.2, non-tax revenue growth 1.5, debt to GDP ratio 55.6. Because you all of you know, as per the FRBM, finance minister has to present the how many books? 4 books. 4 books. Out of them, 1 book is the FRBM expenditure targets. So they have given these targets. Not important, just present. Okay, not important. Same thing. This already you know. This already you know. Primary deficit also you know. Tax revenue percentage in GDP 11.2. Non-tax revenue 1.7. Debt to GDP ratio also you know. Clear or not? Right, sir. Okay. Now, yes. This is going to happen. See, before all this, these are all, you know, very different tasks. Different tasks of Honorable Finance Minister, Nirmala Sitharaman G. Yeah, I would like to explain straight away. Yeah. Yes, this is my presentation. Simplification. You will not understand, I will tell you. Okay, right. Direct tax proposal in the budget. Now I am entering into taxation. General thing, okay, sir. Kartavya 1, Kartavya 2. These are all your habituated, no problem. PDF I will also explain. But main, where is the technicalities that I have explained. Where you need this. Clear. Question is, just note down a question. Third question, note down. Discuss the direct taxes and indirect taxes proposals. Discuss the direct taxes and indirect taxes proposal in the Union Budget 2025-26. Sorry, 2027. Yeah. FY 27. Just I am checking where are you, whether you are attentive or not. Huh? Right. See, total direct taxes I have categorically divided like these sheets. Total direct taxes, lot of confusions are there in direct taxes. I read all the part B because budget is having 2 parts. Part A, part B. Part A is speeches. Her speech is there in part A, where Narendra Modi claps and everyone claps in the parliament to all of you. Part B is technical. When part B she was reading, I observed so many ministers before proposals only clapping. How difficult it is, just you can observe. Yes or no? Many ministers are there. I don't want to take because some of you are the fathers also. Yeah, right. The first very important my framework is direct taxes may simplify it. First direct tax, you see, direct tax, because taxation topic if you complete that, then you understand. Kindly try to understand it. If any doubt is there, I am ready to clarify it. The first thing is what? New IT Act introduced. If you want to note also, you can be noted whenever I am speaking. It's clear. The first proposal is new IT Act introduced. New Income Tax Act. New Income Tax Act 2025 introduced by Honorable Finance Minister in the last year. New IT Act. Ma'am, is it clear? New IT Act. So new IT Act was introduced because in the place of no. New IT Act introduced in the place of 1961 IT Act. 2026 April 1st onwards, new IT Act is rolling out. New IT Act. 2016 April 1st onwards, new IT Act rolling on. Old IT Act replaced. Reason complex. Situation has changed. Sections were so many in the old IT Act. In the old IT Act, sections around 819 section was there. Now it has simplified to 536. Yeah. Before the budget last session enacted 2025. Now 2026 April 1st onwards, new IT Act is coming into the practice. Because almost sections have reduced, chapters have reduced, schedule introduced, lot of schedules, tables to easily understand, simplified. And this new IT Act you must remember this, tax year introduced rather than assessment year as well as previous year. They introduced tax year, which is coincide with the April 1st to March 31st. GS paper 3 में पक्का theme is what? New IT Act 2025. Okay. The point you understand here. New IT Act introduced. So there is no proposal for any income tax. There is no changes, no new addition, deletion for the income tax as usual. New IT Act. That is one thing. Second, suppose motor accident happened. Your four-wheeler or two-wheeler, whether you are hitting to others or others hitting you, any accident happened, you went to the tribunal. Whatever the claims you are doing, she said, motor accident claims for the natural person, IT as well as TDS tax deduction, its source exempted. There is no cutting of TDS 1%, 2%. Clear? Suppose the point you try to understand like this, motor accident claims will be exempted from the taxes. Because nowadays more accidents are happening, you all of you, because of frustration or because of AI intervention, job tensions. Clear? Because of these accidents, whatever happened, whether you claim for your insurance, tax exempted. Simple, try to understand like this. Third, very important, overseas tour package. If you want to go abroad, like Dubai, if you want to go Dubai, or you want to go UPSC for seeing the 2020 final or anything. Earlier, tour package was 15 to 20%. The tax was there, but today it has brought down to 2% TDS. Only 2% TDS. Foreign trips become cheaper. My request is you can plan it foreign trip rather than going to the locals, because local tax is high. 40% tax is there. Local tourism, 40% GST is there. If you want to avail luxury, foreign tours have become simplified. Yeah, there is a scheme by RBI, sir. LRS. Any idea about LRS? Try to understand the tax proposal where the students are feeling difficulties. Tax proposal. See, tax proposal mein LRS is there. What is LRS? LRS is nothing but liberalized remittances scheme. How much money you can send to the foreigner? Suppose your friend is in foreign, how much money you can send without taxes? The scheme launched by RBI, LRS. LRS may see 10 lakh above for education purpose and medical purpose. Earlier 5% TDS was there. Today just 2% TDS. TDS means cutting, sir. Tax credits. LRS का meaning is what? Not a land regularization scheme. That is different. Liberalized remittances scheme. How much money you are remitted to others? 10 lakhs above. Earlier 5%. Today is how much, sir? 2%. Clear? Now you want to invest. See, try to understand. Another tax proposal is there. Suppose you are a stock market investor. The problem arises for me. My example I'll tell you. I invested in mutual fund, I invested in growth fund, I invested in IPO, I invested in FPO. I'm waiting for LIC FPO also. I'm a retail investor, definitely it comes. When I am investing in 4, clear, they will ask me to submit 15G and 15H. If I am not a taxpayer. If I am a taxpayer also, 15G, see, 15G, 15H, we have to submit to the consultants. Now, Nirmala Sitharaman has given gift to me. You need not to submit this 15G, 15H for all the multiple your investment. You can submit only one 15G, 15H. Because I purchased mutual funds, I purchased growth funds, I purchased derivatives. I shall not submit everywhere on my interest of 15G, 15H. One, if I submit, that's enough. One nation, one 15G, 15H. Great bonanzas are it. For investor, will get a lot of benefits. If tomorrow you will become an investor, you will realize it. Now, what will happen if you do like this? Money multiplier will increase. I will earn more money. Next, sir. Yeah. NRI. Direct taxation proposal is there. NRI want to sell his property in India. Earlier, TAN he has to submit. TAN. Tax account number. He has to submit TAN. But today, he did not submit TAN. What he has to submit? PAN. PAN is enough. PAN is what? Permanent account number. NRI settled in abroad. Parents in India. Sundar Pichai settled in US. Parents in Chennai. Sundar Pichai recently sold his property. Do you have idea, all of you? Couple of years back, Sundar Pichai sold his property in Chennai. He requested to parents, please come to US, we will settle there. Then when he is selling his property, he has to submit TAN to the registration department. Now, TAN is not required. What he has to submit? PAN. This is one change. Now, one time 6 month foreign asset disclosure. Suppose you are a student, you went abroad. You purchase any property in abroad. Relocated NRI. Relocated NRI means what? NRI already went to Dubai, again back to India. If you want to show his property, there is one scheme we have launched. No problem immediately. One time 6 month foreign asset disclosure scheme. Within 6 months, may take 6 months of time, disclose these are the assets I am having in abroad. Because taxes are very much difficult to understand in the budget. Just I will reaffirm. You see what are the direct tax proposal? Proposal number 1. New IT Act 2025 launch. Second very important thing. Motor accident claims में taxes are exempted. Third, overseas tourism package में TDS have reduced. Third, LRS deposit में 10 lakhs above if you want to transfer TDS reduced. Why? Reason is rupee value depreciate or not depreciate? That is benefiting to the public. Aam Aadmi is going to benefit. Next, NRI can sell their property. Not on the basis of TAN. They can be sold with the basis of PAN. Super. PAN. Okay. Now, one more proposal is there. Data center. Google ka Sundar Pichai data center in Vizag. What is the meaning of this G? G stands for Google. $15 billion investment, sir, FDI. A very big FDI in India. See, data center tax holiday up to 2047. Yeah, there is one rule I would like to write here. Safe harbor rule. What is this? You are hearing, you are listening, you are reading so many books, kindly answer. You all of you book lovers, I know. Madam? Safe harbor rule. Safe harbor rule is nothing but simple, sir. Let me explain this. Data center pe 15% safe harbor rule is there. How I have, this point how you will take safe harbor is nothing but government not allowing to make penalty. Suppose you have done anything, errors in India. You are not properly paying taxes. Suppose anything penalty on you, protection is 15%. That is safe harbor. Safe harbor means what? Protecting you from the penalty. Protecting you from the penalty. 15% safe harbor rules. Very long back rule. Okay. Yeah, global taxes. Global, that is a safe harbor rule. Next, NRI. See, NRI exempted to payment for MAT. MAT. What is this MAT? NRI exempted for payment of MAT. What is the MAT? Minimum alternative tax. Minimum alternative. What is the meaning of minimum alternative tax? Yeah, minimum alternative tax is a tax when company is not paying the corporation tax, doing sarcastic thing, dancing here and there. When the companies are not paying, manipulating books of account, then on such companies we have imposed earlier how much percentage? 50. Now MAT has reduced to how much percentage? 14, 1% reduced MAT. 1% reduced MAT. Clear? Particularly first preference we are giving MAT reduced to 40. MAT is a final. MAT is a final. There is no credit, nothing. MAT is a final tax now. 14% MAT. Earlier it was 15, friend. Now it has become 14. Now, one more very popular. STT. What is STT? What is STT? Security Transaction Tax. Friend, I would like to explain like this. Security, see, security transaction tax. Come on, tell me, what is security transaction tax? If I invest in the share market, sales and purchase happen, every transaction taxable. I am purchasing mutual fund, selling mutual. I am purchasing shares, selling shares. I am purchasing derivative, selling derivative. I went optional market, selling and purchase. Whatever trading I am doing in share market, every trading taxable. That is called security transaction tax, which was introduced 2004-5 by P. Chidambaram. 2004-5. STT was future. See, future market mein earlier 0. How much was there? 0.2% was there. Now it has increased to how much? Future market mein earlier how much was there? Future market mein 0.05. Okay, 0.05. Right. 0.2 say 0. Which one is higher? 0.05 here. 0.2 is higher. Yes, 0.2. Yeah, 0.02 say 0.05. Then it is higher. Now increase. Option market mein 0.1 say 0.15. 0.1. This is not security transaction tax. There is no, the capital gain, nothing will be charges there. Security transaction tax increased. Immediately what happened? Share market immediately decelerated after the budget presentation. Now, buyback tax. What is the meaning of buyback tax? Buyback tax is nothing but already you sold your share to others. You sold your share to others. When the value is increases, again you are purchasing. Meaning what? Let me explain like this. Reliance Industry Limited. Okay. Reliance Industry Limited sold its share to the market. People purchased. 100 rupees share. Value has become 50. Now 150. Now 150. If the value, see, 100 rupees, company has distributing 50 rupees. This is called dividends. When the company is distributing dividend, Nirmala Sitharaman is having the option of dividend distribution tax. Companies plan, we will not distribute the dividend, better we will buy back the share in order to avoid the taxes. That is called buybacking share. If anybody buybacking will be treated as a capital gain and will not entertain if corporates are there 22, non-corporates are there 30. Yeah, capital gain. Buyback is nothing but capital profit you are getting now. This is going to happen. Buyback share also introduced. Example. Okay. NRI exempted for making taxes for 5 years who are investing in manufacturing sector. NRI given exemption 5 years if we invest, make in India. If we invest what do you call, if we invest any chip making process in India, any manufacturing, if we invest money, 5 years exemption given for NRI. This is what you're having particularly, these taxes. Clear or not? And even any person for residents of India, if they want to invest in the share market, their investment portfolio have increased. These are the direct taxes proposals. Direct taxes proposal. Clear. If we move on to the indirect taxes, nothing is there in indirect taxes. Not big, not big allocations for the indirect taxes. Indirect taxes may not be there because indirect tax may we have only one tax. May I know what is that indirect tax? GST is there. GST is there. So indirect tax may nothing is there. See, promotion of, just listen one time, will close these indirect taxes. Promotion of export from marine, leather and textile product, 1% to 3%. Incentive have increased in order to increase in the marine product, the leather product and textile product. Basic custom duty, sodium for particularly solar gas. Basic custom duty exempted for nuclear power project up to 2035. And also durable goods, we have, if any durable goods, this is one very important aspect. Any durable good when you are importing from other country, like Apple phone you are importing, earlier basic custom duty was 20, now you are paying it for how much? 10. Now you are paying it 10. Custom duty has reduced. Now happily import, but don't import from USA. Let it be covered at 20. Okay, 20% earlier, now 10%. A boost for the foreign electronics. 17 cancer drug exempted from basic custom duty. And also, custom integrated system is coming within 2 years. Removal of current value of 10 lakh for consignment for particularly e-commerce. E-commerce. Any e-commerce is there. Removal of the current value cap of 10 lakh per consignment. Consignment is nothing but the portfolio, how much you are exporting to other countries. These are the indirect taxes. One committee appointed for better, the what you call the accounting system in India, where we can take action on it. Nothing is there in the direct and indirect taxes. Not huge, the reforms they have introduced, but only one thing. That is nothing but in IT New Act 2025. Clear. So these are the few relevant aspects. Another thing I would like to explain. See, other very, this is I think Europeans. Now in the budget, because these are all very complex manner they have written in the budget, raising STT and all. Now, see sir. Now in the budget you have to be compare. The point is gender budgeting. Gender budgeting. What is gender budgeting? Yeah, note down another question. Note down. Another question. What is gender budget? What is gender budget? What is gender budget? Write the gender budget proposals. Write the gender budget proposals in the union budget. Write the gender budget proposals in the union budget. You know what is the union budget? 27 you are writing, 28 you are writing, 2047. Tell me that. What is the gender budget? Yeah, what is gender? Whenever the budget has allocated funds for the women empowerment and care economy, that budget is gender. Since 2005-6, our budget is gender. How much gender budgeting is there? See, one table I would like to draw here. Gender budget table. Gender budget implemented by which ministry, sir? GS paper 3 में regular question. Which ministry implement gender budget? Not finance ministry. Don't tell wrong ministry. Otherwise we will go there. Ministry of Women and Child Development. Annapurna Devi garu. Right. Madam, how much gender budgeting? See, 2025-26 mein. Now 2026-27. Yes. Gender budgeting. Every exams mein the questions are asking a gender budget. 4.49 lakh crore. 4.49 lakh crore. 26-27. Roughly 5 lakh crore. 5 lakh crore. Last year, share of gender budget in total budget. See, percentage of this budget in total budget. Last year it was 8.86 ma'am. Today it is 9.37. Telangana exams में, Andhra exams में very regular question. Favorite question to the exam. Favorite question. Even UPSC GS paper 3 of favorite spot. In UPSC PASHA mein we can say that gold mine. Gold mine you have to follow religiously. Yeah. Women empowerment and the child development budget. In this budget, what are the proposals? The first proposal is care economy proposals are there. Care economy proposals. Put a title, care economy proposals. What are the care economy proposals? See, first one is 1.5 lakh multi-skilled caregivers. Multi-skilled caregivers. 1.5 lakh multi-caregivers. Multi-skilled. Multi-skill means what? All rounds. Screenplay, action, music, hero, and everything, comedian, everything. Multi-skill is required now. 1.5 lakh multi-skill caregivers. Government of India trained caregivers who can work in a baby care centers. 1.5 lakh caregivers across child care services. Yes, madam. Huh? Next, you see, next proposal in the budget they have given women participation in health workforce increasing. Women participation in health workforce increasing. Claudia Goldin, Keregan. Yes or no? Health workforce increasing. How much 1 lakh AHPs. 1 lakh AHPs. What is this AHPs? Any idea? Allied health. Yes, allied health professionals. Allied health professionals. Like ANM nurse type. Allied health professionals. Women participation increasing. Okay. Next, She-Mart. D-Mart we know. Now She-Mart. Where are you? Means you have to answer. I am in She-Mart. What is the meaning of the She-Mart? Self-help enterprises. Self-help enterprises. Marts are coming. Retail marts are coming. Community-owned retail outlets. Grocery and everything you purchase. Women empowerment. Next. Yeah, women-led groups into fisheries and coastal livelihood. Fisheries and coastal livelihoods. Female can participate into the fish catching as well as coastal activities. Women empowerment. Yeah. 500 reservoirs and Amrut Sarovars, Government of India revamping, that will be benefit. And also remember, women intensive traditional sectors identified. Women intensive traditional sectors. Okay, traditional sectors identified. Like handloom, handicraft, national handloom, national handicraft, Mahatma Gandhi Gram Swaraj, khadi and handloom products, women, and also mental support to the women. Recently, the incident at train, you all of you know. Mental support is more important to the female. Male, no problem, sir. He's very strong in mentally very strong. There is a scheme you all of Nimhans. Nimhans. What is this Nimhans? National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences. Bangalore. Yes or no? Bangalore. National Institute of National Institute of Mental Health. Mental health is very important. Health means not physical health. Mental health is very important. National Institute for Mental Health and Neuroscience. Neuroscience. Special importance they are giving to women. Because women mentally deteriorate. We have to be pushed there. That is the idea of it. And mental health may, because upgradation of, this is one, Minhas 2 establishing in North India. And also upgradation of National Mental Health Institute. Where is National Mental Health Institute? Ranchi. National Mental Health Institute in Ranchi and Odisha mein Tejpur. Odisha Tejpur. National Mental Health Institute in Ranchi and Tejpur. They are going to upgrade it. Meaning earlier 100 beds are there for mental, now 120 beds. Upgradation. Upgradation. Is it clear or not? In Hyderabad, we have it one mental hospital in Erraganda. Generally, usage they will say, are you willing to go Erraganda? Similarly, Nimhans, that is the point you remember. Nimhans, National Institute of, what is that Nimhans? What is the abbreviation? National Institute of Mental Health and Neuroscience. It is in Bangalore, sir. Now, North, I don't know where they established. Mostly they have established in Delhi only. Helpful for all people by working extensively, somewhat, the mental. These are the provisions for, particular gender variety. You have to be elaborately, present this. Clear? These are, you know that in the budget, what happened? 7 bullet trains they have given. Why it is coming in between to explaining this, I don't know. I think there is a chance of asking in the question. That's the reason it is coming on the board very frequently. So just 1 second, I'll explain. Clear? Budget 2026-27 में development of 7 high-speed rail corridor, speed 350 km/h. 350 km/h. Are you imagine? 1.5 hours to Bangalore. 400 or 500. Hardly had 2 hours. Morning 6 o'clock we start. Before starting optional class, he will come to R.C.Reddy. Again 2 o'clock if we start. Before 6 o'clock economy start, he will be here. Bangalore, why you stay here? Because up and down. See. But it will take a lot of time, sir. Because one bullet train we are not yet operating. It is in trial basis. It is in manufacturing basis, constructing basis. It is in nascent state between the 2 cities. Bombay, Ahmedabad. Bombay, Ahmedabad. Sponsored by Japan, JICA. JICA is sponsoring under carbon trading, that is. Carbon trading. We are doing trade with the Japan. Japan return us the investment into our particular, the bullet train. It is a high-speed rail corridor. Development of 7 high-speed rail corridor. Why they have given for this, you all of Telangana, the lucky here, because first one is Mumbai to Pune. Second one is Pune to Hyderabad, Hyderabad to Bangalore, Hyderabad to 3 they have given. Maybe GHMC election or what I don't know. But they have given 3. But next year we have Chennai to Bangalore, as well as Delhi to Varanasi. Varanasi means Modi constituency. Not Rajamouli sir project. Modi constituency, that is. Modi constituency. Total here we have 6. Right? But total how many corridors they have given? 7. Where is the 7th one, sir? 7th one, come on, say. 7th one is Varanasi to West Bengal, Siliguri. Varanasi to Siliguri. Clear or not? See, first one, where is the first one? Pune. Yeah, first one is Mumbai to Pune. Nearby only the Mumbai to Pune. Second, Pune to Hyderabad. Hyderabad to Bangalore. Fourth one, Hyderabad to Chennai. Then Chennai to Bangalore. Sixth one, Delhi to Varanasi. Seventh one, Varanasi to Siliguri. Varanasi to Siliguri. Clear? This is what here we are. Main direct, direct proposal for all this. And now I would like to explain this because fiscal consolidation we have discussed. Yeah. Now, yes, your favorite area is. Yeah, Kartavyam. What is Nirmala Sitharamanji Kartavyam? Because why the name has given Kartavyam? Why the name has given Kartavyam? See, Kartavyam is nothing but what they have to do in the future. What is their activity? Duties. Yeah, responsibility. We have the first Kartavya. What is the first Kartavya? Accelerated and sustained economic growth. 7% per annum. Globe is decelerating. Frontier countries are decelerating. India is accelerating. 7%. Sweet spot India right now to attracting global destination. The vintage is very high in India. Clear on that? Indian robust framework is there. India would like to enormously develop the the GDP growth rate. That's the reason accelerated and sustained GDP growth rate. First Kartavya. Kartavya. They have given Kartavya, but you write in exam as a Kartavya. Clear? What is that first Kartavya? First Kartavya talks about two important things, ma'am. What is what? Enhancing productivity and competitiveness. Productivity, output by input. Next, building resilience to volatile and global dynamics. Global dynamics volatile. But after Donald Trump entered, now it is stabilizing. What he has done, nobody knows. But trade deal is going to happen. Okay. Now see, accelerated and sustained economic growth. First Kartavya. Second Kartavya. Second Kartavya is what? Aspiration of our people. Aspiration India. Aspiration of our people is nothing but people capacity, making them strong partners in Indian path. It is nothing but what? It is nothing but IG. IG ka meaning is what? Inclusive growth. Not Inspector General. Inclusive growth. Inclusive growth. This is the whatever growth come, sharing with the people. Third one, sir. Connecting total framework now align with Sabka Saath as well as what Sabka Vikas. Because they didn't say Sabka Saath is there, Sabka Vikas is there, Sabka Vishwas is there, Sabka Prayas also there. Sabka Prayas also there. Clear? See, anyhow, ensuring that every family, community, region and everybody get an opportunity, meaningful participation. Happily you avail the government benefits. Three Kartavyas. Three Kartavyas. Madam, how to expect the question in the exam? Without anything change. Direct question in your mains exam. See, model question you write. Model question. write the inclusive growth model. Write the inclusive growth model. Proposed. Write the inclusive growth model proposed. Three Kartavyas in the union budget. In the union budget. In the union budget 2000, 27. Sir, Kartavyam 1, sir. Kartavyam 1. What is Kartavyam 1? First, your Kartavya is whatever you attended class here, kindly consolidate it. Fiscal consolidation is not your target. Consolidate the matter is your target. Okay, fiscal consolidation is a very traditional one. Since my preparation, I am seeing fiscal consolidation every budget. But you consolidate your preparation. Because global headwinds are very clear through the form of anthropics and all, not allowing us to take a long breath in our professions. Government jobs are very resilient. Okay. See, frontier sectors. Narendra Modi identified certain sectors. What are the frontier sectors? Manufacturing strategic frontier sectors. First frontier sector in this very clearly they have given. Yeah, first very important sector is what? Yeah, they have mentioned it in the form of what? Biopharma. Come on. They have said about biopharma. What is this biopharma? Yeah, biopharma Shakti. What is this Shakti, sir? Shakti is what? Is it really energy for this? No. Shakti ka meaning is what? Strategy for healthcare. Okay. Strategy for healthcare. Yeah, strategy for healthcare. As well as advancement through knowledge and technology. Advancement through knowledge. Through knowledge and technology as well as innovation. Pharma. How much pharma? Pharma Shakti. Pharma Shakti में 10,000 crores for 5 years. They are developing pharma. Like pharma cities, like pharma centers like Hyderabad, Jamshedpur, as well as Nagpur, as well as Delhi is going to be more benefited. 10,000 crores for 5 years. Then we have India Semiconductor Mission 2.0. India launched Semiconductor 1. This year mains question. We have discussed in the same class. I discussed in SRM batch. SRM batch I discussed this Semicon India. Semicon India came in the UPSC GS level 3. There was a question on electronic sectors. This year chances are there. See, India Semiconductor Mission 2.0. Semiconductor Mission 1 was launched last year with the 76,000 crores. Now they are proposing to, yes, with 1,000 crores, India Semiconductor 2.0. Because of chip making. Proposal is India present market is 45 to 50 billion dollar. They would like to expecting 100 to 110 billion dollar. This is happening. Scheme for rare earth parameter, rare earth corridors develops. I think you have idea about this. Dedicated rare earth corridors. Dedicated rare earth corridors. Because 17 rare earths, minerals which are more demanded for chip making as well as what mobile phones as well as defense we are using. Where we are constructing them? We are constructing them in cities. Where we are constructing in the cities? What are the cities? Rare earth dedicated corridor. The first city is Odisha. The first city is Odisha. Second city, AP. Tamil Nadu. Okay, AP, Tamil Nadu. As well as Kerala. No Telangana. Because Telangana is not having coastal and sea also not having in Telangana. Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala. Coastal line not having in Telangana. Is it clear or not? Yeah, don't be in misconception. Yeah, dedicated. See, this is what rare earth corridor. Because depending always on China is not advisable, sir. Better shift. Shifting there. Next, dedicated chemical parks. Depending on the foreign for chemical is not advisable. That's the reason we are developing chemical parks. Clear? Chemical parks. Yeah. Now, we have, high-tech tool rooms we are creating for central public sector enterprises. Scheme for container manufacturing in India. Container manufacturing. Integrated program for textile. Integrated program for textile also we have launched. This is what the particular is. Dedicated manufacturing affordable sports goods and also particularly electronic components manufacturing schemes and strengthening domestic manufacturing of high value technology infrastructure equipment. So these are the main pillars under the Kartavya 1. Kartavya 1. Kartavya 1, these are the main pillars are there, sir. Clear? You have to give priority for this. Kartavya 1 में 3-pronged strategy for MSME champions. MSME champions में three-pronged strategy is there. One is equity support, second one is liquidity support, third one is what? Professional support. Equity support में 10,000 crore for growth fund. Okay. Self-reliant India में this is 2,000 crores they are making. And also liquidity support में trades is there. Trades का meaning trade receivable e-discounting system. Trade receivable e-discounting. Provision of loans on the online platform. Trades. Yeah, invoices. Receivables. That is there. Like trades में that concept is there. Even GEM is there. What is the meaning of GEM? Government e-marketing. Government e-marketing. Online platform of the government e-marketing. This is comes under MSME. Financial sector में they said setting up high level committee on the Vikasit Bharat. One committee we appoint. Banking shifting towards Vikasit Bharat by 2040. Yeah, this is the aspect is there. And incentive 100 crores. Yeah, one more bond just now she asked. Municipal bond proposed for 1,000 crores for creating a 7 dedicated corridors. Municipal bonds for 7,000 crores, 1,000 crores. 100 crores they are giving incentives. Incentives for this. Okay, right. This is one aspect. Sir. Infrastructure, you see, capex they have increased. And InvITs and REVITs, NIIF and NAFID. These are the infrastructure. Capex में 2 crores to 12.2 crores. We have discussed it. Setting up risk guarantee fund is there. Dedicated freight corridor. National waterways we are developing. Coastal cargo promotion scheme. And seaplanes are coming now. Seaplanes. What are the seaplanes? Seaplanes are what? Maybe cover the coastal areas. Coastal area seaplane this time we are planning. And Purvodaya scheme is there. Any idea about Purvodaya scheme? Yeah. Do you have any idea about the Purvodaya scheme? What is the meaning of this Purvodaya? Anybody? So Government of India has launched a Purvodaya scheme in the last year 2024-25, particularly in 5 states. 5 states. One is Bihar. Second one is Jharkhand, one is Bihar, second one is Jharkhand, third one is West Bengal, fourth one is Andhra Pradesh, and fifth one is Odisha. Purvodaya scheme. Now we are talking about expansion of the programs like East Coast Industrial Corridor. And urbanization, city economic infrastructure में the 7 high corridors we have discussed. These are the few pillars in the Kartavya 1. Kartavya 1 they have discussed. See, Kartavya 2 what they are discussing, this is also very simple. Kartavya 2 their discussions are related to, see, high powered education employment committee apart, because AI to job employment. 25 crores poverty people we have, BPL people, we have crossed them to APL. 25 crores. High-powered committee appointing on the services sector, because Kartavya 2 focusing more on services. Service sector. This budget has given more importance to services sector. Right. Kartavya 2 it is there. See, Kartavya 2 and also Kartavya 2 you see services sector as well as health sector allied health professionals are coming. And particularly care economy we have discussed 1.5 lakh multi-skilled caregivers through National Skill Qualification Framework. Talking about medical tourism, sir. 5 medical tourism they are establishing. What is medical tourism? Hospitals and very good equipped, the medical device parks. Total ecosystem of medical ecosystem. Example: Hyderabad is a medical hub. Bangalore is a medical hub. And also Mumbai is a medical hub. Like this medical tourism they are developing. Like where they should have very good private sector participation. Ayush is there. What is the meaning of Ayush? Ayurveda, Unani, Ayurveda, Yoga, Unani, Siddha, Homeopathy. Development of Ayush. Because 3 All India Institute of Ayurveda upgrading, Global Traditional Medicine Centers also India is planning. And this budget has in Kartavya 2 focus about the orange economy. What is this orange? Creative economy. Orange means what you see? Aviation sector, video games, gaming, as well as what you know here, aviation, what you call audio, visual, gaming, comics, and also content. Content creators, sir. Content creator labs are establishing in schools and colleges. Content creating is very important. If these children will come for UPSC mail, single attempt they will become IAS. Answer writing, content writing. Sir, setting up a new national institute for design. Clear? Khelo India mission. Khelo India. What Khelo India? Not video games Khelo. Economic survey they have written video game people are wasting their time. No. Youth are doing only two things in India. One is watching screen. Second thing is eating processed food. And drinking meanwhile Kampa, etc. Youth is wasting their time. Now, Khelo India is there. Next, 2020 mein you will play. Like Ishant Kishan how is playing. Yes or no? Right. Yeah. Kartavya 2 mein same 5 university township, girls hostels, sir. Every district mein STEM. What is the meaning of this STEM? STEM ka meaning is what? Science, technology, engineering, mathematics. Europe is the best man for these courses. Europe is the best. Europe is top, Europe model. Every district में one STEM girls hostel. Clear? Telescope infrastructure, National Institute of Hospital, upskilling of 10,000 guides, national destination, digital knowledge for tourism sector. Textile has given priority and tourism sector has given priority. Global Big Cat Summit organizing in India. These are general, the things they have mentioned. 15 archaeological sites into vibrant cultural destination. Buddhist centers we are developing in India. This is the point you have to mention it there. But Kartavya 1 focusing on manufacturing, Kartavya 2 focusing on what? Services, Kartavya 3 focusing on agriculture related aspects. 3 sectors have promoted that. 3 sectors not neglected. Kartavya 1 manufacturing, Kartavya 2 services, Kartavya 3 agriculture. See agriculture mein it is there. Clear. Kartavya 3, last Kartavya. Okay. Now, what is there here? See, dedicated program for horticulture, rejuvenated old low yield areas, walnuts, almonds, pine nuts, because people are giving lot of priority for nuts. Horticulture, value addition. Animal husbandry may you see, support for entrepreneurship into the job creation, loan linked capital, and also promoting laboratories for getting lot of income to the horticulture. See, and even particularly in the animal husbandry. Animal husbandry sector, I read somewhere, in animal husbandry sector, particularly the livestock and promoting livestock into this and giving lot of revenue to them, doubling farmer income, this sector is helping. Supporting high value agriculture. Coconut production, India is number 1 in the world. Coconut production, India is number 1. And Indian cashew and cocoa programs, because cocoa, which is used in the chocolates, commercialization of cocoa. Dedicated program for the Indian cashew and particularly cocoa. So these points are there. So not much agriculture. Fisheries may you see that 500 reservoirs and Amrit Sarovars. Do you have idea about Amrit Sarovars? Amrit Sarovar is nothing but which the program is very popular in Telangana with the name of Mission Kakatiya. In Telangana, the Mission Kakatiya is there. Similar program, Amrit Sarovar. Here, integrated development of 500 reservoirs and Amrit Sarovars, strengthening fisheries and value chain coastal areas and linking with the fisheries sector and making in the fisheries sector particularly FPOs. What is FPOs? Fisheries Producer Organizations. We are making organizations in the fisheries sector. And sandalwood. Sandalwood we are promoting. Sandalwood. I think you are well aware about the sandalwood. Focus cultivation and post-harvest processing. Okay, we are taking action against the smugglers. And Bharat Vistar. What is this Bharat Vistar? Bharat Vistar is there. See, it is nothing but agriculture stack. What is the meaning of agriculture stack? Collecting data, gathering information, collecting data based on this AI technology we are using in the agriculture. Particularly, you see, Vistar is nothing but virtually integrated. Yeah, Vistar ka abbreviation is what? Virtually integrated. Okay, virtually integrated system to access agriculture. Okay, system to access agriculture. Okay, agriculture, R is there. What is R, sir? R is nothing but resources. R is nothing but resource. Bharat Vistar is a program launched by the government. It is a stack program, agriculture stack, data bank. Virtually integrated system to access agriculture resources with the support of ICAR. What is this ICAR? Indian Council for Agriculture and Research, meaning AI technology connecting to Indian agriculture. Clear? So these are the points in the Kartavya 3, sir. Kartavya 3 में main focus is agriculture. Dedicated program for horticulture, animal husbandry, high value agriculture, dedicated program for cocoa, giving importance to fisheries, sandalwood, and Bharat Vistar. Bharat Vistar is very important. And already we have discussed this, caregivers as well as, and particularly She-Mart Enter. And Divyanjan Kaushal Yojana, one program launch. Divyanjan Kaushal Yojana. What is that Divyanjan Kaushal Yojana? Providing skill development to the physically challenged. Divyanjan. Training programs. Divyanjan Sahara Yojana. Timely access to high quality of devices for all eligible people. Divyanjan ko technological support. Clear. Support for manufacturing corporation. PM, particularly Divyasha Kendras will be opened for them. Nimhans 2 already I said. What is the meaning of this Nimhans? Nimhans we have discussed just now. Yeah, trauma center they are establishing. Trauma is emergency center. Nimhans is National Institute of Mental Health and two. One in Bangalore, two in North India, and upgradation of National Mental Health Institute. Two institutes are there, mental health. One is Ranchi, other one is Emergency Trauma Care Center. What is a trauma? Trauma is what? Emergency case. Suppose we met an accident, immediately we should go 24/7 emergency center. So these are the kartavyas. First kartavya में manufacturing. Second kartavya service. Third kartavya over mental health, and these things if you write proper way. This is your particular, the budget discussion. Now these are enough because budget every year comes and goes. Budget every year comes and goes, but one thing budget will educate us, will guide us, how making the answers of the particular, the budget speeches. Clear on that? This handouts, if you want to collect, I will ask them to be posted in your groups, read out and give priority accordingly. This particular kartavyas. Clear on that? Kartavyas, don't forget. 3 kartavyas this time. Firstly, they have planned. And this budget, they said, it is the first time youth-centric budget. Isn't it? This budget is not a senior citizen budget. This budget is what? Youth budget. Clear. Youth budget. See. One minute, sir. 1 minute. One question is there. I forgot. Just 1 minute. High growth rate around 7%. Just note down this question. Yeah. 1 minute, last 1 minute. write the Government of India strategy. Write the Government of India strategy in the Union budget. Write the Government of India strategy in the Union budget FY27 for achieving 7% GDP growth. For achieving 7% GDP growth. Write the Government of India strategy in the Union budget for achieving 7% what? GDP growth. Madam, what are those strategies? I know that you are master for writing the questions only. You are continuing the legacy. Madam, you see, 8 points are there. Energy security. Reduced critical import dependency through creating rare earth corridors. How many places may rare earth corridor? 5 places. 4 places. Rare earth corridor. Energy security. Domestic manufacturing capacity through Kartavya 1. Domestic manufacturing capacity, energy security, reduced critical import dependency, far-reaching structural reform. 350 reforms introduced. Then citizen benefit from the government actions. Government acting like anything. Okay, now see, strong thrust on public investment. Now, monetary stability. Sanjay Malhotra is not, rate cut. Monetary stability. Fiscal prudence. Making expenditure out of your revenue. Far-reaching structural reform already covered. Total 8 points. These 8 points are the steps for achieving 7% GDP growth rate. This is the point to follow. Right? So, Government of India, aim of the Government of India is in Goldilocks economy. I didn't explain that because you all of you know. What is Goldilocks economy? Neither, you see, Goldilocks economy is nothing but any idea. Inflation is low. GDP is high. This is Goldilocks. India is presently Goldilocks. Aim of India, transform aspiration to achieve potential to performance. Stability, fiscal discipline, sustained growth, moderate inflation. Not required. Senseless. No meaning for this. But aim of the government is this. Don't those five. Vikasit Bharat, see. Government of India take an action over ambivalence. Ambivalence means uncertainty. More actions government has taken. Reform over rhetoric. Lot of reforms they have been taken by the government. Third one is what? People over populism. Narendra Modi never see populism. Actions. No populism, only actions. This is what your Vikasit Bharat balanced budgets. The slide doesn't have anything. But answers you can be driving. Every time whatever the union budget presents, uska fiscal consolidation, structure of the budget, main proposal of the budget like Kartavyas, like 7% GDP growth rate, and what are the main pillars in the budget like Kartavya 1, Kartavya 2, Kartavya 3. Clear? That's all.